very good morning, guys. On Friday, foreigners sold us billions dollars worth. On Monday morning, the Sensex was 1100 points underwater by 10 am, and then the same foreigners came back and bought us 2813 crore of cash. The Nifty climbed all the way back to 23,650. Today is Nifty's weekly expiry. The buyers are sitting in the chair. So today is 19th May, Nifty's expiry. This is Tanmay Edge, episode 42. Let's go. So here's the picture you are walking into on Tuesday morning. The Nifty closed Monday at 23,649, 6 points above where it closed on Friday, flat. But the hidden inside that, the flat number is one of the wildest sessions of the season we have seen. The Sensex opened at 74,807. By 10:05 in the morning, it was down 1135 points lower. Brent crude was $111. The rupee touched 96.40, the first ever print above 96. Bitcoin lost below $80,000 for the first time this month. 3 macro warnings light on at the same time, and then nothing got any worse. The Sensex climbed every single point of those 1135 back. The Nifty went from a low of 23,317 to a close of 23,650, a 332 point range, a 6 point change. The change of the shape of the day was a V-shaped recovery that we saw yesterday. Why did the buyers come in? Because the foreigners flipped. For weeks, foreign institutional desks were the heaviest seller in the market. Year to date, they have sold roughly 52,000 crore. On Monday, they bought 28,000 crore in cash. The domestic institutions added another 2682 crore. Combined, almost 5,500 crore of buying, landing exactly when the index was at its low. That is what powered the V-shaped recovery. And here's what makes today's expiry interesting. The biggest desk in the market, what NSE calls the proprietary trader, bought both sides on Friday. 1,17,000 calls and 1,13,000 puts at the same time. They paid for movement, not direction. On Monday, they got their movement. The 330 point range delivered. And then they did it again. On Monday's close, the same desk added 2,26,000 calls and 1,48,000 puts. Same structure, this time leaning a little more on the call side. So the biggest desk has paid twice for the same idea. The market is going to move, and now they are tilting towards the upside. Foreigners are still hedging with the put protection. Retail clients are positioned extremely bullish, both in futures as well as short puts. Today is Nifty's expiry. Today the chain decides who bets and who wins. Let me read the chain as well. The biggest call position in the chain is at 24,000, almost 1.26 crore contracts. That is the ceiling. The market cannot reach 24,000 today. That is mathematically too far. Above 23,800, the air gets thinner. On the support side, here is what shifted. Last week, the heaviest put support was at 23,700. On Monday, the put writers at 23,700 unwound roughly 20 lakh shares. They walked away from that level and they restacked their support lower. The biggest put support is currently at 23,400, around 1.1 crore contracts, up 6.71 million in one day. The second heaviest is 23,500. The support is now migrated down. The 23,700 level that pulled the V-shaped recovery on Monday is weaker today than it was last week. The expected range is 23,440 to 23,850. That comes from the option premium of 23,650 call and put. That is total of 206 is where the straddle is trading, and subtract that from the one standard deviation, you will get that range. So changed overnight. That changes our bias. Brent crude dropped 2% in the international session. It is now trading around $109.81. One of those 3 warning lights from Monday morning has gone dim. The rupee closed at 96.35, still above that $96 mark. But the Reserve Bank defended once and will defend again. The American markets are closed, no panic. Europe was actually strong. DAX up nearly 1.5%. And Asia this morning is split. Japan slightly down, Hong Kong slightly up, but Korea, the KOSPI is down 5.24%. That is separate Korean story. Watch if it spreads out. GIFT Nifty today is trading up by 23 points, a tiny gap up, almost flat. And the plan for today, here is how I am going to play it today. 2 trades inside one expiry day. First half, Buy on dips if Nifty drops towards 23,500 in the morning. That is a buy. The chain is telling us the buyer stand there. The biggest desk paid for the movement. So if there is going to be a dip, expect it early. Long options work here, or just long cash. If instead we open and quickly trade up to 23,750, switch sides, sell premium, do not chase a breakout. The chain wants the magnet, not a fresh high. Second half, the afternoon comebacks to the center. Whatever the morning prints, the afternoon fades. By the close, the option market wants to settle between 23,650 to 23,750. That is the magnet zone. Sell, stretch, move both sides as the day winds down. Your protection is 23,400 for the put. If overnight Brent flip backs to 112 or the rupee open past 96.50, the 23,400 put is what protects the cash today. Otherwise, you do not need it. Next plan, buy options in the morning, sell options in the afternoon. One day, two trades, the same expiry. One more thing to watch, guys. Tomorrow night, Wednesday, US time, Nvidia reports the earnings. This is the biggest single stock event globally this week. The American chip story has been the tail wagging Indian IT. Tech Mahindra Infosys led rebound at home on Monday. If Nvidia surprises tomorrow, IT in India will move on Thursday morning. Plan for that as well. Now the sectorial tape. IT is up by 2.43% yesterday. Pharma quite but bright at the top. Bharti Airtel strong. So auto, PSU, banks, metal, power, media, the defensives have outperformed. That is the market's fight to safety on a wild day. On rupee case Nifty, the momentum 10 strategy held steady through Monday's V-shaped recovery. You can track it live on rupeecase.com. Next rebalance is in the mid-June. That is the Tanmay edge for Tuesday, guys, 19th May. The buyers came back on Monday. Today they have to settle the bill. 2 trades, 1 expiry, 1 magnet at 23,700. So if this helped you guys, share it with one trader friend who needs it right now. Find the show on rupeecase.com. That is where the strategies live too. Apple Podcast or Spotify. Carry to the audio session. And I will see you all tomorrow, same time, same chair. Until then, trade light, trade with a plan, and protect your wing. Have a happy expiry, guys. This is Tanmay and you are listening to the Tanmay Edge.